and welcome to my channel. My name is Jola Shotibo and I'm your new best friend. Hi guys, welcome to Life with Jay. Today we'll be talking about why it's a bad idea to check your partner's phone. I'm surprised that this is a conversation that we still need to have because, to be honest, it's a no-brainer. It's an invasion of privacy and you really shouldn't do it. But I'm not even going to go there today. Today, I'm going to start from the beginning and talk about how I knew that this was a conversation that needed to be had. So I attended a radio interview recently, and we were talking about relationships and just general, life topics. And this conversation came up about should you check your partner's phone? And of course, I said no because because of my reasons, which I will tell you very soon. So just stick around. And the other women on the radio show with me just flipped out. Like they reacted very violently and they were shocked that I would say don't check your partner's phone. And of course, you know why why they were surprised, because they're saying, oh, how will you know if he's cheating? How will you know where you stand? All of that. And to be honest, I really understand the sentiment behind checking your partner's phone. I get that people are trying to protect themselves. They don't want any unpleasant surprises. They don't want to find out that their name has been saved as Latif the plumber. People want to know where they stand, and so they think checking their partner's phone is going to just keep them abreast of what's going on. But the problem with it is checking your partner's phone is actually quite counterproductive because, first and foremost, can we talk about how stressful it is? Oh my God. Like, just walk with me through this now. To check your partner's phone, you have to get their password, right? And even if you get the password successfully, you have to wait for a time when they drop the phone, because obviously you're not going to snoop while they're there. Well, some people do that, but that's a whole new level. But you're going to want to check when they're not there or when they're not with their phone. Now, if smartphone habits these days are anything to go by, you're going to have to wait till they're asleep because people go to the toilet with their phones these days. So there you are in the middle of the night beside somebody who's sleeping peacefully, and you find a way to just pull out his phone from under the pillow or wherever he put it, and then you put in the password, and in the middle of the night you're there scrolling through chats and messages like a crazy person. Isn't it ridiculous? Like, okay, you had a mental image of it. Do you really, really want to be doing that? But I think the major reason why I say that checking your partner's phone is a bad idea is that you will always find something to be upset about. Always. And I'm not trying to judge here, to be honest. I didn't just wake up knowing that it's a bad idea to check your partner's phone. I used to do it. I've been on both sides. I've been the girlfriend who checks her partner's phone and the one who doesn't. And trust me, being on the doesn't side is more peaceful. But I realized that every time I found something on my boyfriend's phone, he had a reasonable explanation for it. Every time. And some of those times that I'd find something on his phone, it wasn't what I found was enough to upset me, but it wasn't big enough a deal to make a fuss about. It was definitely not enough to break up with him over. He'd say, oh, she's just my sister's friend. We grew up together. She's like an older sister to me. And, if you think about it, even on your own phone, there are people that you have conversations with that if somebody were to take those conversations out of context or just look at them on the face of it, it'll be like, okay, are you dating this person? Because we all have that random person who's calling us dear or boo or bae or hun. I call a lot of people hun, So imagine if somebody thought I was dating her boyfriend because I call him hun. So that's one thing. The fact that you will always find something to be upset about. And sometimes what you find will not be enough to break off the relationship. It will not be proof of cheating, but to be enough to make you uncomfortable and suspicious. Then the second aspect is that if you don't find anything, that's also a problem, because that means that phone is being cleaned out, or there's a likelihood that phone is being cleaned out, that whoever you're dating is locking things out or deleting things to ensure that you don't find anything, or to avoid having that conversation with you about who's this, who's that, who is she, who's he. So do you see how, like, there's no winning in this situation where you're checking your partner's phone? And I know you're going to ask me now, okay, what do you suggest? How do I ensure that somebody doesn't cheat on me? We all know that you can't stop a person from cheating on you. If they're desperate enough, they'll find a way and you will not know. But what I suggest is that you spend all of this energy in picking a partner you trust. Take your time. Everybody knows who the cheats are, what gets around. You can hear it when their friends are teasing them. You can see it, in their behavior if you pay attention. All of this energy that you want to use to check somebody's phone, you can use it to pick somebody who's trustworthy. And when you find somebody who's trustworthy, you will find somebody who's trustworthy. You will. When you do, trust them. Trust that person. Don't snoop around behind their backs. Don't do anything. Just relax. So the thing is, cheating is not really that easy to cover up. Eventually you'll find out. Word gets round. Somebody you know will see the person you're with in, suspicious circumstances and let you know about it. Or your instincts will tell you that something is wrong. Cheating is not that easy to cover up. Yes, I know there's some people who can have 3 families and nobody will know, but they're the exception rather than the rule. If you just pay attention to finding a trustworthy partner and then just paying attention, these things will pop out at you. Something will not add up here and there. And you will know, and then you can, just find a less stressful way to deal with it. But I assure you, coming from somebody who has checked her boyfriend's phone, it is a stressful way to live. You do not need that stress in your life. Pay attention instead. Find a trustworthy partner and trust that person. And if they mess up, it's not your fault, it was their fault. Yes, maybe people know he's cheating on you and you didn't know that, but it's okay. Like, anybody who mocks you for being cheated on is the one who has a problem. We're all afraid of it, and it's a risk to trust people, but you're going to have to trust people one way or another. I mean, you trust the pilot who flies the plane you get on, you trust the drivers who drive you around. Relationships are about trust, and checking your partner's phone is just showing that there's no trust in that relationship. And if you don't trust somebody, to be honest, it's not worth being with them. So, like I said, sorry to sound like a broken record, but use your energy to pick a trustworthy partner and trust them. And if they do breach your trust, if they do break your trust, you will find out eventually. Thank you so much for watching today's video. If you like this video, do click the subscribe button and check again next week when I post a new video. Thank you. Take care of yourself. Bye.